And welcome back to the second half hour, The Factor Uncensored. There will be a major change in Fort Bend County that will save lives, a policy change, especially when EMTs or ambulance workers arrive at your house. We have leaders from that community, from the emergency management services, as well as the sheriff here. So we're going to begin with EMS Chief Dudley Wade. So, Chief, tell us about this policy change and what people in Fort Bend County can expect when you guys arrive in your EMS.
Beginning last Friday, we've had the awesome opportunity to be able to start carrying whole blood on our ambulances to provide the care that normally in the past has been reserved in the hospitals to patients in their living room or in their car when they have an accident, to give them that much better of a chance to survive. We're one of 10 agencies in the Houston region currently that is doing this, and one of about 150 in the entire nation that are carrying whole blood.
And Dr. Joe Gill with EMS Medical Services Director, what did you guys see out in the field that said, let's change this policy, let's have this whole blood on board?
Yeah, Isaiah, when it comes to emergency care, timing's everything. And so we're seeing patients extenuating in the field and not making it to definitive care. When it comes to the human body, the adult person only has about 5 liters. So as you can imagine, it doesn't take much time for a patient to bleed out, whether it be a medical cause or a trauma cause. And they weren't getting to the hospital in time to get the care and the blood they needed. So we're stopping the gap, whether it be on scene or en route. We're pausing time by giving the blood so they can get the definitive care, whether it be the OR, IR, et cetera.
And Sheriff Fagan, obviously you guys are responding to medical emergencies, shootings, a lot of shootings. I'm not saying crime is out of control in Fort Bend County, but shootings in general. And people need that blood in order to save their lives.
Correct. And you're absolutely correct. This is something that's so beneficial, not only for the public, but for law enforcement, active shooter situations. My officers carry tourniquets for situations like that, but that can just do so much. But to get the blood to these individuals right then and there, it will save many lives.
All right. And Chief Wade, did you guys have to retrain some of your guys in order to use that blood?
Absolutely. You know, since really EMS began 50 years ago, we've been given IV intravenous fluids all the time. It's basically salt water. Well, we give the blood the exact same way, but the blood is a little bit more difficult to take care of. We treat it as though it's a human organ. It has to be kept in certain temperature ranges. It has a very short shelf life. So we've had to learn all the logistics behind doing that, as well as making sure our protocol, working with Dr. Gill, is lined up to make sure that the sick patients who need the blood are the ones that are getting it.
And Dr. Gill, besides major emergencies and trauma, what would the blood be used for in those instances?
Yeah, that's a great question. Pretty much anyone that's bleeding to death can get blood. So as you said, not just trauma, but gastrointestinal bleeding, postpartum hemorrhage, OB complications, all of those are eligible to receive the blood.
And when you guys got this, did you work with anyone? Did you go and travel and see how other departments are doing it?
Yes, actually, we through the Southeast Texas Regional Advisory Council, there's a group of EMS leaders working to bring this to every EMS agency in the Houston region. And so we've stood on the backs of some giants who went forward with this about 5-6 years ago when it really wasn't as accepted. And we've worked with them, and we're working on not only for Fort Bend County, but for the entire region to be able to bring blood so that everybody in our region has that possibility of being able to get that in their time of need.
And of course, Sheriff, you thought it was important that the public know about this, that they know that this was available.
Yes, it's very important that the public knows this, that we're doing everything in Fort Bend County to keep our citizens and everyone in Fort Bend safe. So that's why, and we're very appreciative that you're allowing us to come here this evening so the public can be aware of this.
And Dr. Gill, have you had a chance yet? Obviously, this started last Friday. Yes. Have you had to pull out the blood yet?
Actually, just tonight we did our 4th one.
Okay.
Yep. So 4 lives impacted by the use of blood, both medical and trauma, since Friday.
All right. How do you avoid vampires? Tricking you. Well, congratulations, guys, on this new policy, which will save lives in Fort Bend County. We appreciate your time, and thank you all for joining us here on The Factor Uncensored. And we'll be back with more Factor in just a moment. Stay with us.